Live on location. I'm Pastor Darrell Mason, pastor of Spirit of Christ Ministries. And today we are here in the home of Brother Devon Young, young man who I happen to call a friend, young man who I call a brother, young man who I consider a son, just all those things. And today we are doing a broadcast on Tuesday, which is normally our day is on Friday. But because of his work schedule, we made some arrangements for him to be interviewed on today. So, Brother Devon, we just want to thank you for allowing us to come into your home live on location, my brother, and we certainly welcome you to the program. And I guess one of the things we just want to kind of go right into the interview. First question I really want to ask you, Brother Devon, is how did you come to know Jesus Christ?
Well, I came to know the Lord at a short period of time, kind of in layers, but it all happened when I was down in school, in college and university. I was kind of, like I say, wearing God on the bottom of my shoe. I kind of knew the Lord in a way from coming up in church, but I was not Christian. I was not saved. I was not delivered from much. So when I was down in school, there was some hardship when I came from out from my parents' roof. When hardship with school, hardship with family-wise, hardship, my personal relationships and things like that, and all this friction, culminated at one point, and to the point where I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know how I was going to go on. I didn't know what my purpose was. I knew that living for the family name was a lost cause for me because of what my father and my grandfather have done, in the city and did things like that. I can't live up to. I don't feel like I have those types of qualifications. I'm not bright. I'm not this. I'm not handsome. I'm not tall. I'm not this, that. So how am I going to be happy if that's what my purpose is to live up to the young name? And at that point, I broke down. God broke me down and made me understand that He wants me to live for a greater name, walking with Him and bearing His name, a greater name, so much greater than the young name. And with this came so much freedom. This came so much love, a refathering that the Lord did for me, showing me how a father loves a son. And all this happened around the year 2000, and that's pretty much how it went down, and here I am 11 years later.
Blessed out. Thank God for your testimony, brother. And also, I guess in the past couple of years, the Lord has really led you to do a ministry within your home, which is called Bridging the Gap. Tell us a little bit about Bridging the Gap.
Well, when I first started, I was around, but due to my schedule, I wasn't really able to be a leading part. So I wasn't in leadership, but it actually started by Shante, Tiffany, and I then came in. But now I've become a leader. So at this point, Bridging the Gap is it's always been a young adult group. It's geared towards the mission is really trying to facilitate relationships between Christians, whether you're kind of cross denominations, across different churches that you go to for unifying the body. And a couple of points, main focuses that we have. One would be evangelism, so reaching for our own generation and us being young adults. We relate to the youth, we relate to the older people, we relate to the unsaved, we relate to the saved. So it's kind of a bridging gap between all those. Also, knowing the Lord is one of the most precious focus that we have. Knowing the Lord and that occurs through teaching and practical application, and actually living, having an intimate relationship with the Lord. And we know the Lord through His Word and through prayer and through our brothers and sisters. Also, the other focus is spiritual growth. So maturity is really big for Bridging the Gap, and also ownership or ambassadors. So being a leader, and you have to be an ambassador before you become a leader. You have to know who you are. You have to be able to walk in the Lord and be able to say who you are so everybody knows where you stand in order to be a leader. So this is the transition to creating new leaders. That's basically what Bridging the Gap is about.
Great stuff. And I've actually attended a couple sessions of Bridging the Gap, and it's definitely been a blessing to me as well. Is there any type of information that people can get in contact with you if they happen to be in the area and they want to attend Bridging the Gap session?
Yeah, the Bridging the Gap is always, for now, is always held at here, 200 West 38th Street. We're on Facebook, so if you want to look up Bridging the Gap 2, the number 2, Christ, we're a group. If you want to look for us, then there, or you can find me or Shante. There are links there. Also, there's an email, bridgingthegap2Christ @gmail.com. If you want the monthly emails or how to get them.
Great job. So definitely, if you're in the area, look them up via Facebook or through the email, and they'll definitely get back in contact with you. As I said, I've been here, and it's been a blessing to me as many times as I've been here. So also, Brother Devon, I guess one of the other questions I wanted to ask was, we've seen so many different negative influence and things that take place in the church, a lot of different bad stories and things that have been coming out of church. And my thing of looking at that is there's two sides to it. We always sometimes see the bad side, but what's one of the positive outlooks that we can have about church today?
Well, one of the things is I see a movement that is sometimes underground, but it's rising. It's becoming more and more popular. A movement where just the cool philosophy of Christianity alone is not enough. I need the zeal for righteousness. And also on the flip side, just the church antics or, the excitement, the emotional fulfillment is not enough. I also need something firm to stand on. I need fiber. I need to know how to live. I need to understand what the Lord actually says. Not just feel like He loves me, but also know how He loves me, know how He loves others, know about His grace, and know all of the doctrines. So, and when I say I see this revolution, it's actually something that God is opening my eyes to, because I believe with all my heart that it's been going on since Jesus came. I believe it's been going on. It comes in waves, sometimes more popular, less popular, but I see it. He's opened my eyes to see it. I went to a wedding in Miami actually, last week, and I sat next to a brother who we had so much in common, and a lot of the links that this is being done through are hip hop, Christian hip hop. He showed me something on his phone. He was like, "Yo, you listen to this guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know that guy. I know this guy. I know that guy." And they're friends with these people, and all of the doctrine that comes with that, and also there are all types of different movements through different preachers, and so basically there's this hunger for righteousness, and there's this hunger for real spiritual awakening.